right, y'all. There are a lot of top 10 best and worst out there, but finally, the top 10 best and worst has come back to Rashad G Reviews. So I'm not going to waste much more of y'all time. I'm going to get into this. But disclaimer though, I didn't see as many movies probably as most people. So like my boy Perp, I think my boy Perp Minded must have watched about 140 something, 150 movies this year. I think I got up to about maybe 67, 68. You know what I mean? And then I stopped. So I still got some movies to catch up on. But listen, I already got my top 10 and some honorable mentions. And I left Oppenheimer out. I'm sorry. I did not get to Oppenheimer. I've been avoiding this movie. This shit just seems too long, too dialogue driven. If you know me, I will fall asleep in a heartbeat. Not saying that's going to be a bad movie, but I ain't have time for that shit. But I'm going to start with some honorable mentions. First honorable mention I'm going to mention is Dumb Money. Classic David versus Goliath story. Sticking it to the man. Rich versus the poor. Underdog story. My type of movie. Didn't quite make the top 10, but I had to mention it though. Talk to Me is another one. Huge surprise this year. I did not expect this movie to be that good. You know me, I talked a lot of trash about A24, but I'll be honest, A24 has been coming through lately with some fire joints, and this is one of them. This one hurt my feelings because this should have made my top 10. I went into the movie expecting to make the top 10, but not quite, and that's The Iron Claw, the tragic story of the Von Erichs. And the reason why this didn't quite make it into the top, because it was such a sad fucking movie. Like, okay, I know the tragedy of the Von Erichs, and the director did a great job of conveying that loss and just the sadness of it, man. And I walked out feeling sad, man. I was like, I dropped a couple of tears, especially there was a line that Zac Efron says near the end of the movie. And when he said that line, if you've seen the movie, I think you know what I'm talking about. I was a big ass water bag. But yeah, other than that, it was a dope film, but damn, I just couldn't quite put it in there. So I held out doing this top 10 list until I saw this movie, and I saw the movie. Unfortunately, it didn't quite make the list, but I feel like I couldn't do this without watching this movie, and that is American Fiction, starring Jeffrey Wright. And man, this movie was what I expected it to be. A little slow around probably after the second act. It started to kind of lose me just a little bit, just a little bit, but still this film was very clever. Attacks a lot of stereotypes that we've seen in black cinema today and what it's expected of black cinema, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I'm sorry, I feel like this should have been in the theaters besides Color Purple, but I get it. It's a business. Color Purple is going to make money. American Fiction probably is not going to make money, but American Fiction is the more important movie to watch over Color Purple. I said it. Fuck Oprah Winfrey. All right, so number 10, we have Story Ave, a film that many of you probably have not heard of because Hollywood's full of shit and they like to put out mindless entertainment that they know is going to bring money but has no substance. And Story Ave is chock full of substance, man. This is directed by Aristotle Torres, starring, damn, I wrote the name down so I knew I was going to forget, Asante Black. Okay, he was the young kid from When They See Us, that film that came out a few years ago about the Central Park 5. And also Louis Guzman in a supporting role, which I feel is probably Oscar worthy. But, you know, like I said, I don't think enough people have seen this movie or are going to see this movie. I had to rent it on Google Play, so it's not on any streaming platform. It's not in the theater, but it is out. So if you feel like spending $4, I think it's worth it. You will enjoy this film. It's a coming-of-age film of this teenager that lives in the Bronx. He's partly responsible for his brother dying in an accidental drowning. And so he goes down in a downward spiral of just gangs and getting into drug dealing and robbing people and stuff like that. But he comes across an unlikely mentor that takes him under his wing, shows him a better way of life, and of course, turns it around, man. So I love seeing stuff like that. Stuff we've seen before, but, you know, when it's done right, I don't mind, and that's why this movie makes the top 10. Number 9 is another surprise that I did not see coming, so thanks to my boy Anthony A. Perez, who invited me to the first press screening. I felt very honored, and we sat and watched Fair Play, a Netflix joint. Now, Netflix could be hit or miss, so I wasn't expecting much from this movie, but goddamn, this movie had no business being this good. Starring Discount Han Solo, how you say his name? Alden Ehrenreich, and what's the chick? Phoebe Denover. I'm probably saying her name wrong. When I say these two knocked it out the park, oh my God. Like, this has the most toxic couple relationship that you'll ever see. It has like a very calm intensity about it. It just like, as soon as like it grips you from the jump and never lets you go, even during the slow parts, you just want to see where this is going to go, and the interaction, the chemistry that they have with each other. It was like a pressure cooker, you know what I mean? And just any minute, you know, it was just going to fucking explode. And so, yeah, man, Fair Play definitely had to make this list. Number 8, we have 1001, starring the lovely Teyana Taylor, directed by, what's the name? Oh, I can't read my own damn handwriting. A.V. Rockwell. Yeah, so this is one, okay, now I told the story to a few people because did I review this on the channel? I think I did. That's the old man brain kicking in. But yeah, I went to go see this, right? Well, I wanted to go see it. I was trying to book it on the AMC app, and it kept saying sold out. And I'm like, are they trying to sabotage this movie? Like, what? Like, yo, why black movies get so disrespected? I don't care what y'all say. I ain't trying to raise bait, man. I'm just telling you what it is, man. I think a lot of black movies are getting sabotaged where they're just not given the opportunity to be seen. I thought Black Panther changed all that, man. I thought Jordan Peele changed all that. You know, like, what's up? Like, goddamn. So Teyana Taylor plays she's a convicted felon who gets out of jail, wants to start her life over again. So she kidnaps her son out of foster care because her son was taken away from her. He's in the system. And she has to kidnap him and try to raise him the best that she can as a single mom and try to create the family for him that she never had, even though it's the illegal way. And there's some twists and turns here, and a twist that I don't think nobody's going to see coming. And a brilliant performance by Teyana Taylor. So this is definitely worth checking out. 1001. Watch it now. Number 7, another one that I think went under the radar for a lot of people because I think this came out around the same time as Exorcist Believer, and that is When Evil Lurks. Thanks to Perp, who put me on to this. Thank you, brother, because Exorcist Believer, fuck that movie. I'm not watching it, ain't gonna watch it. This is the one that should have been seen. This is the one that should have made all the money. So this is a foreign film. I believe it's Argentinian, and it's about this evil, pretty much Satan's baby is about to be born into this rural town, and to stop this evil from spreading, they must stop the spirit from spreading to body to body to keep this thing from being birthed. All right, so it's a possession movie with the twist, and so we've seen like a million possession movies in the past. I don't know how many years, but this does it differently. It does it right. It's very effective. Doesn't rely on cheap jump scares, but instead genuine horror and shocking moments that you're not going to see coming. And when you see, you're going to be like, holy shit. These foreign horror movies have the balls that American horror movies don't have. Americans, step your game up. Yeah, Evil Dead Rises filmmakers, I'm talking to y'all. At number 6, they cloned Tyrone. Not Jimmy Fox died, goddammit. They cloned Tyrone. Yes, that's what number I say that is? That's number 6 on the list. This movie had it all. This was a sci-fi, satire, comedy, hood, dramedy. This movie had it all. All right, brilliant performances from the big three: Teyonah Parris, Jamie Foxx, John Boyega. You know, Teyonah Parris, because so many damn Tiana's. Teyonah Parris plays an overqualified hoe that's very intelligent, reads a lot of, what's the one chick name with the books? Damn, I can't remember the name. But yeah, very intelligent chick. Jamie Foxx is a smart talking pimp, and John Boyega is a classic hood dude. And so yeah, this movie has a lot of layers to it, a lot of messages, you know what I'm saying? And one that should be seen because you're going to laugh, you're going to think. It's going to entertain you. Netflix knocked out the park with this one. This should have got a theatrical release as well. They cloned Tyrone, number 6. At number 5. Why did that sound like a fucking horse? I was trying to imitate Godzilla, but that shit came off like a horse on fucking crack. But anyway, Godzilla -1. Yes, you know this had to be in the list, man. This one, half the movies on this list took me by surprise. I guess that's why they're on the list, because I did not expect them to be this good. And, you know, I'm a Godzilla fan, but I'm more Team Kong. But, I was just expecting like another Japanese Godzilla movie that's like cheesy, bad effects, but still entertaining. But no, this movie had like some crazy ass effects on a $15 million budget, buried a lot of big budget films that came out this year as far as the visual effects go, man. So not only did it kill it with the visual effects, but also the human characters. For once ever in my life watching a Godzilla movie, did I care about the human characters, and I didn't want to see nobody get chomped up. Like Matthew Broderick or Millie Bobby Brown. I didn't want to see nobody die in this movie. I was engaged in the story that was going on, and also when Godzilla came and fucked shit up, he came and wrecked it. He showed up, showed out, probably the most menacing Godzilla that we ever seen. Had to be in the list, man. Number 5, -1. Number 4, wanna jump. Come on, Creed. Yes, Creed 3. I almost feel like a traitor putting this one in there. You know why? Because Stallone is my second pops. I got none but love for Sylvester Stallone, and he boycotted this film, rightfully so, because the producers did him dirty, but it had nothing to do with Michael B. and his creative genius. This is his directorial debut, so I feel like this is Creed really coming into his own as a character and as a franchise, and not relying on Rocky Balboa as a crutch or as a selling point to put asses in the seat. No, Michael B. proved that Adonis Creed can draw a crowd with that character by itself without Rocky Balboa, but still, this is in the Rocky universe. Rocky deserves to be a part of this, so if they do a Creed 4, I hope they work something out where Sly could be a part of it, Rocky can be a part of it, but man, this movie was dope, very ambitious as well. There's some creative choices here that kind of divided the fans, and I get it, I totally understand it, with the anime style and all that. Is the final fight's probably not going to work for everybody, but still, Michael B. had the balls to do what he wanted to do, and the studio let him do what he wanted to do. So, and Jonathan Majors, shout out to him. I don't give a damn. He was found guilty over not being guilty. Ain't that some shit? So fuck the system. I fuck with Jonathan Majors. I want to see him again. Very talented brother. So yeah, put him back in the movies, man. He deserves it. At number 3, we have Air, the origin of the Air Jordans. All right. Chris Tucker, Matt Damon, directed by Ben Affleck, Marlon Wayans. This is another one where, like, a story about the Air Jordan shoe. This could have easily been an Amazon movie or a Netflix movie or whatever, but nah, this was released in theaters, and I think Ben Affleck really did his thing here. Maybe a little heavy-handed on the 80s nostalgia, but still, that's classic story of making something from the ground up, building something that became a cultural icon, a phenomenon. The Air Jordan shoe is still popular to this day. My 8-year-old son, that's one of the things he wanted for Christmas. He wanted some Jordans. So just to see the making of that, and Matt Damon's monologue, when Matt Damon sat down and sold Mike on signing with Nike, right? That monologue right there by itself should be enough to get him an Oscar nomination. So yeah, Air. Number, what number is that again? Old man brain kicking in. Damn, number 3. At number 2 is John Wick Chapter 4. Probably the best. No, I'm not even going to say probably. I think the best action movie I've ever seen. This movie raised the bar. Action movies will never be the same way again. In order for action movies to stay relevant, they have to meet the expectations of John Wick. Not expectations, but they have to reach the level of badassery like John Wick, okay? I went and saw Dead Reckoning after this movie, right? Dead Reckoning was a dope film, right? If not for John Wick, action movie of the year. But man, after Chapter 4, everything else is slow motion. I can't even go back and watch some of these 80s joints now without saying like, damn, this shit is slow as hell. The gun fu, man, the kung fu. Come on, Donnie Yen, like Call of Duty type shootouts, man. You even got a dog jumping from car to car, man. This movie had it all. Dope ass villain, dope ass fights. Story, okay, well, fuck it. It's an action movie. Like, you don't expect fucking Oppenheimer type story with a movie like this, even though I can't reference Oppenheimer because I haven't finished that shit yet. But anyways, yeah, John Wick Chapter 4, number 2. Give me the hell yeah! Yes, Across the Spider-Verse, an animated joint. And the reason why I put this number 1 over John Wick is because even though I said John Wick is the best action movie I've ever seen, but Spider-Verse gave me a more thrilling experience, cinematic experience than John Wick did, because this movie had story, it had characters, it had character arc, all right? You really cared about the characters. Not to say I didn't care about John Wick, but it's John Wick, he's going to do his thing and fuck people up. But I really cared about what happened to these characters. The story with Gwen and with Miles Morales, how Miles Morales really comes to his own in this movie. And and it had like an Empire Strikes Back type ending. And at first I wasn't too crazy about the villain spot, but after a second watch, I said, okay, Yeah, they have to make him weak at first because by the next movie, this dude's gonna be like Thanos level villain that's gonna take every Spider-Man and every multiverse to take this guy out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it had an Empire Strikes Back S type ending that pissed me off, but that's good because I know I care and I can't wait to see the rest. And this movie is #1 on my list. So yeah, let me know down below what's your top 10 best of the year and what you think about my list. You think it's dope? You think it's shit? Comment freely. All right. I got thick skin, motherfucker. All right. Can't hurt my feelings. All the insults I done heard over the years on my channel, it's hard to hurt my feelings. Like, there are little insults that's going to top Suge Knight Whopper Jr. All right. Fuck all that. Happy New Year. See y'all. I'm out.